Hello there, my name is Natalie Bungay and I'm the Technical Director for Pestforce UK, and today I'm going to be talking to you about bed bugs. So bed bugs, what are they? Now they're an insect, they have 6 legs and they have an exoskeleton, but actually one of the things that people misunderstand or misinterpret is that you think that bed bugs are really tiny and very microscopic and can maybe even barely see them, but actually that's not the case. So as a size comparison, bed bugs are about the size of an apple pip, and actually when they're fully grown into an adult, they're also a similar colour, so they're sort of a mahogany brown colour. There's various sizes as they're growing up from when they hatch out of the eggs, but generally as an adult, as I said, they're an apple pip size and you can see them quite clearly if they were to be on your bed. And the other thing about bed bugs is, pretty distressing to most people, including myself, is that, bed bugs feed from blood, so they feed from us. They can feed from other animals, absolutely, but predominantly Cymex lectularis, which is the sort of bed bug that we're most familiar with, they will feed from humans most predominantly. And we call them bed bugs because they're mostly found on the bed. However, they can be found in any crack or crevice that we may have in an area where we spend a lot of time. So of course, if we are the food, bed bugs are going to want to live in close proximity to us, and that's usually the bed. But like I said, we can find them in worktops or bedside tables. We can find them in the bottoms of wardrobes, in the cracks and crevices around the wood joins, in the bed frames, in behind carpet joins, pretty much anywhere. So yeah, bed bugs can be pretty tricky to maybe find sometimes if they're hiding away, but as I said, they are the size of an apple pip and brown in colour, and we can normally see them if they're around the edges of our mattress or on the back of our headboard. And that really brings me on to what can you do to maybe help any bed bug situation. The first important thing is that treating a bed bug issue, a bed bug infestation, is something that really needs to be left to the professionals, and that's because they say they can hide away and be elusive and hard to find. So you need to know where to look for them, and obviously what to look for as well, all the signs of them, droppings and things like that. But also there's resistant issues. We can find resistance. And there's 5 main ways. I'm not going to go through them all, but basically the insect has become pretty hardy against absorbing the insecticides we place, but also once they've been absorbed into the body, they have enzymes and things that can counteract that chemical reaction and stop it from actually getting to that target zone and killing the bed bug. So there's so many things, and so many more things than that you need to have knowledge on and be aware of, and have the skills and experience in dealing with bed bugs to actually deal with them successfully. So if you know that you've got a bed bug problem and it's been confirmed there's a bed bug problem, then please do call a professional. Now, what will normally happen with any professional bed bug treatment is that we will do a survey. Most important thing, find where they are. We've got our eyes for that, and our senses, as well as pest controllers, to be able to find them. But we also have other tools in the industry. We have swabs that we can use to determine whether there are bed bugs there. We have sniffer dogs can be used as well to detect the presence of bed bugs. That's quite a specialist and pretty expensive way of doing things, but it does come in handy when you've got very large buildings that need surveying, and obviously one human being or 2 human beings do it a lot more slowly than say a dog would do, so they do come in handy there. And we have other monitoring devices, so sticky traps and things like that we can put around, but most predominantly as professional pest controllers, it's our eyes and our senses. So we will be looking for where the bed bug is. Once we locate all of the infested areas, which could also be in lounge areas as well, around chairs that we sit in or sofas that we sit in, because remember what I said at the beginning, that bed bugs will live in any area where we spend a lot of time because they want access to us. So they can be in furniture in your lounge or living room as well. So we'll check those areas. So again, once we find all of the infested furniture and harbourage areas, then this will be treated bespokely, but generally what will happen is that we will try and use either some non-toxic methods like heat or freezing. So if we see bed bugs around a mattress edge, or we see them on the back of a headboard, sort of clusters of them, then we do like to be able to actually kill these straight away, and we do that with a non-toxic process. And again, steam and heat, or a freezing spray. It's a bit like cryonite. It kind of just freezes the bed bug instantly and kills it instantly. So we do that to help with the treatment. And then after that, we'll usually then apply an insecticide. There are many different insecticides of different active ingredients, but a lot of the time we do need products that have things called synergizers and insect growth regulators in them, as well as the actual chemical active ingredient. And this is, again, just referring back to my statement about resistance that we get in bed bugs. These things and these formulations that are made for the professionals, they help us try and overcome those resistant issues. Okay, and then from there there'll be regular follow-ups. So between, maybe 1, 2, 3 follow-ups, depending on how bad your problem is, what the technician assesses it. All of this will be told to you on the first visit. It will manage your expectations, how big the infestation is, what the treatment is happening, and then also what the follow-up process will need to be later down the line. So that will all be explained to you on the visit that you might need to have for bed bugs. So that's really it in a nutshell. And please, if you do have any issues, or you just want to discuss, or you're not quite sure whether you have a bed bug problem, then give us a call. You can send photographs to us and we can try and identify insects. That's no problem at all. And yeah, thank you for listening. And if you wanted any more pest control news and updates, then please, like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.